What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this beautiful Wednesday evening, ladies and gentlemen? We're here to talk about day 3 for the Arizona Cardinals and free agency frenzy, and it yet still to be a frenzy for the Arizona Cardinals. Boy, but did we make some moves today, ladies and gentlemen? We have made some moves today, and obviously we're going to talk about it today, what we did, how you guys are feeling about everything. I want to hear every single thing that you guys are feeling out there, Bird Gang. Let's go ahead and go through the updates for the Arizona Cardinals so far. We have made some updates, nothing crazy, nothing spicy, but definitely some notable things here, ladies and gentlemen. So, first things first, we've been all hearing about this whole situation for quite some time. If you've been following Max Williams, you know that this was coming. Max Williams is coming back to the Arizona Cardinals, and he was having a sneaky good season for the Arizona Cardinals. Unfortunately, got cut short from an injury. I'm just excited to see two tight ends that are capable of being big targets for Kyler Murray coming into the 2022 season. So huge win for the Arizona Cardinals here. I like the signing personally. I like Max Williams. So hey, welcome back, Max Williams. All right, next signing here we got is going to be from Jeff Gladney. Now, this guy is a former first-round pick from the Vikings. Now, he did end up getting, into trouble with some issues, law-related. I guess everything kind of worked out, and the Arizona Cardinals ended up picking him up. So the Arizona Cardinals end up signing Jeff Gladney, trying to fulfill a need that we obviously need for the Arizona Cardinals, which is the cornerback position. Now, is this going to be the end-all, be-all for the Arizona Cardinals, Jeff Gladney? I hope not. I hope not. Or even if he is, I continue to hope that the Arizona Cardinals can still look for talent out there. One of the biggest things the Arizona Cardinals has struggled with tremendously throughout last year, cornerback. And we talked about it last offseason. We didn't address it, and then it exposed us towards the end of the season. But we did sign Jeff Gladney. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he can work out for the Arizona Cardinals, because why the heck not, right? Let a good thing happen for the Arizona Cardinals, ladies and gentlemen. So those two are the biggest, latest signings for the Arizona Cardinals. Like I said, nothing too crazy, nothing too flashy, but there was also another thing that did happen for the Cardinals as well. This was not a signing, but this was a release. The Arizona Cardinals end up releasing Jordan Phillips, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear you guys right here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this guy right here. Jordan Phillips was released today. Now, I know that there was some implications everybody's been talking about. If you release Jordan Phillips now, you save this much money. If you wait until June 1st, you save more money, blah, 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 blah. But here is the truth of the matter. Jordan Phillips is no longer a member of the Arizona Cardinals. And honestly, I am excited about it. It sucks that Jordan Phillips could have not worked out for us. It just seemed to be a situation where I think it was time to break apart. It was time to break apart the relationship between Jordan Phillips and the Arizona Cardinals. Probably one of the most expensive contracts that we've had in a very long time. We signed him in 2019 for a 3-year deal, which this should have been his last year, but we said, no way, Jose, let's cut the ties right now. Peace out. And Jordan Phillips is just a mere thought of what the signings or the free agency signings of 2019 had. Now, Devon Canard was not a situation today, happened a couple days ago. He ended up restructuring his contract. Now, the Arizona Cardinals did open up some space earlier. I think it was yesterday. Deondre Hopkins ended up restructuring his contract. We released Jordan Phillips. We made some moves today. And I just don't know where the Arizona Cardinals are going here. Are we saving up money? Are we making these moves here to get a big splash move? Is that what the Arizona Cardinals are going to do? Are they going to surprise us with a crazy huge trade like a DeAndre Hopkins trade? Is that what we're waiting for? I don't know. I honestly don't know what the Arizona Cardinals are going to do. If you're going to ask me right now, you can ask me, do I like this player? Do I like that player? And I can say yes, I can say no, I can say yes, but I don't know what the Arizona Cardinals are going to do this year. Is this the extent of what the Cardinals are going to do? Is Max Williams and all the players we had last year the peak of what our free agency is going to look like? I don't know. Something in me says yes, and then there's a little part in me that says I don't know. Just hold hope, Mike. We might be having to, cut some ties like we did with Jordan Phillips to get those big signings for us for later on. Now, Jeff Gladney is interesting to me. Now, he's still barely 25 years old. Obviously, with the whole law situation that ended up happening with Jeff Gladney, it's definitely not something that a lot of people are they don't know too much about him because literally he had 1 year and boom, he was gone. But he was a former first round pick, and hopefully it kind of works out to the favor of the Arizona Cardinals. So as of right now, the Arizona Cardinals are sitting back with Byron Murphy, Marco Wilson, and Jeff Gladney as their, I'm assuming, top cornerbacks that we have in our roster at this very moment. Now, do you think that that's enough? No, I don't. I don't. Do I want the Arizona Cardinals to possibly get a cornerback in the draft? Yeah, I do. Now, probably will they not produce to the level that we want them to? Yeah, of course. Cornerback's probably one of the hardest positions to play in the NFL in terms of from collegiate to the NFL. There is going to be some bumps and bruises along the road, and your rookie year is a lot of the situations where you're going to be getting burnt. You're going to be getting burnt a lot. So, is the Arizona Cardinals hit their peak already in free agency? Because I thought today was going to be the day that we're going to have maybe not a big splash play. I don't think none of us are really expecting big splash play, but I know DJ Chark left, but they only paid him $10 million. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I get it. $10 million is a lot of money. I know. But for billionaires, probably not. If you're trying to build your roster, it's not that crazy. So we'll see. Another notable thing, if you guys do not know, if you are a big Chandler Jones fan, Chandler Jones is no longer, or will no longer be in an Arizona Cardinal uniform. Chandler Jones has signed a contract with the Las Vegas, I was going to say Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders. I believe it was a 3-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. If it is more, then I apologize. But Chandler Jones is no longer a free agent. He ended up getting picked up. I say good for him. I know he probably got paid an amount that I don't think the Arizona Cardinals are probably going to come near. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, it would mean a lot of cap space had to be moved around. A lot of cap space. Now, Von Miller is nothing that he never touched our team, but Von Miller is also gone now. Not sure if you guys know, you don't care, but Von Miller is gone. So there's still some people out there. A lot of people have been talking about possibly, bringing Calais Campbell back. I know a lot of people love that guy. I love that guy. But he is definitely obviously getting up there in age, 36 years old. I can't imagine the Cardinals bringing him back any more than maybe 2 years tops, maybe 1 year. It's going to be a lot of probably bargain hunting again this year. And if you take a look at the roster for the Arizona Cardinals, are we better than we were last year? Like, look at the roster now compared to what it was last year. In your guys' opinion, are we a better team than we were last year? I mean, I think it's a very simple answer, right? It's no. There's a lot of holes still. There's a lot of holes for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, we did restructure Justin Pugh's contract. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for doing the solid for us. But there's still the whole right side of that line that's very, very scarce. Kelvin Beachum at one point seemed very promising for us. Unfortunately, he got hurt a lot this last year. Josh Jones, which I was really excited about when he got drafted, but hasn't really worked out for the Arizona Cardinals as of right now. It does seem like a turnstile, and it's very, very concerning. That whole right side in general of that line makes me very scared for Kyler Murray in the 2022 season. So there's a lot of holes on that line. Wide receiver number 2 still hasn't been addressed, and I would be pulling my hair out, throwing my head into a wall if we go into this 2022 season making Rondale Moore the number 2. I hope they don't. I don't think they will, but I'm just saying right now. I'm just putting it out into the universe right now. They try to make Rondale Moore number 2. I'm going to throw myself into this wall right now, bang my head onto this table, because that would be absolutely absurd thing to do. Rondale Moore is the slot. Keep him there. I think he will thrive there. Just give him the opportunity, give him the reps, and then we can find a number 2, possibly in the draft. I would also love for the Arizona Cardinals to at least try at this point, right? At least make a swing play. Like, just, like you're not going to miss if you don't swing. Let me just put that there, ladies and gentlemen. Can we at least make some small swing plays? Now, I guess Jeff Gladney is a swing. That's cool, I guess. It might not be a home run, but hey, we took it there, right? Odell Beckham's still available. I still believe Allen Robinson's still available. Antonio Brown at this point. Juju Smith-Schuster is still available. Jarvis Landry, Will Fuller, Marcus Valdez-Scantling is still available. T.Y. Hilton, A.J. Green, Emmanuel Sanders is still available. Cedric Wilson is still available. Sammy Watkins, Jamison Crowder. Come on, let's take some swings here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take some swings. I know, and I know this was going to come. I seen it in the comments, and I was trying to avoid this here, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying to avoid this, but somebody called it out. Julio Jones. Let's talk a little Julio Jones, ladies and gentlemen. What say you right now, ladies and gentlemen? In the comments below, you just give me a yay or nay. Don't give me an explanation, just yay or nay. Julio Jones. Let me give you my thoughts on Julio Jones. I'm going to say flat out no. And here's the reason why. I think if we think Julio Jones, we're going to be falling in love with the name. And we're going to be paying for that said name. I think right now at this very moment, Julio Jones in his career, he's probably 1 or 2 years away from retirement. If not, he can probably fool a team to pay him an amount that I would not want to even touch. Julio Jones, to me personally, I'm going to go no because injuries have plagued Julio Jones this last year. Now, I get it. There was also COVID that happened. So there were some times that he was dealt that wasn't his fault. I'm aware. But injuries has plagued Julio Jones, and I do not want to touch that with a 6-foot pole. I don't. Now, if we bring him in, I'll be happy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be like, yeah, bro, we took a swing. Yeah, okay, catch me there. But I do not at this very moment. No, I would rather that money be allocated to at this point. And I don't know if you remember last year when you told me, do I want Juju Smith-Schuster? And I was like, heck no. That guy's a TikTok boy. He doesn't care about football. I don't want Juju Smith-Schuster. At this point, man, I will take Juju Smith-Schuster in a heartbeat. Please, just give us a number 2. At this point. It doesn't need to be a full-term contract. Give the man a 2-year contract, maybe a 3-year contract, and I think that'll be fine. But I would still love the Arizona Cardinals to draft a wide receiver, if not the first round, then possibly a second. Now, Allen Robinson, I'm seeing everybody in the comments. Allen Robinson. Bro, if it was up to you and me, you sure as heck best believe that Allen Robinson would be a member of the Arizona Cardinals. You bet or best believe if I was the GM, Allen Robinson would be a member of the Arizona Cardinals. There would be no ifs, ands, buts about it. He would be on the member. We would be talking on Monday. What's the time? 12:01 a.m. I would be talking to Allen Robinson. We're not living in that world right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're not living in that world right now. But we're probably going to be getting the Marcus Valdez-Scantling. We're probably going to be getting the Cedric Wilsons, which not putting anything bad on their name. Don't sit here and say, oh, Mike's been talking bad about these wide receivers. No. That's not the case. I just don't think the Arizona Cardinals are in that position or they want to be in that position to pay these wide receivers that much. Because, I can see their point. We're paying Deondre Hopkins a good amount, and he is a wide receiver. But I've talked about this on Twitter. I've talked about this on every platform that I possibly can say. If Michael Bidwill is willing to spend the money, there's a way to put everything under the cap that makes it look nice and pretty, and we don't have to worry about going over the cap. Anything is possible if Michael Bidwill is willing to spend the money. Now, you're asking me. I get it. It's not my money, right? Easier said than done for me. It's not my money. I get it. But if you want to pounce, if you want to get into a level with, Kyler Murray, maybe his first year into his extension is probably would be the best opportunity, because the deeper Kyler Murray goes into his extension, the more you have to pay him on the cap, the more less weapons we have for Kyler Murray. So the whole I'm going all in should have been last year. And some people might have said we went all in, but there were still some moves to be made that weren't made. We're not going to talk about last year, obviously. But there's still some things to be made for the Arizona Cardinals. Allen Robinson, to me, it would be a no-brainer. A no freaking brainer. But we're not living in that world right now, unfortunately. There's some cornerbacks still available. I still think even Stephon Gilmore's available still. Very intriguing. Very intriguing. There's still a lot of players left, and I definitely understand that. But I would like the Arizona Cardinals to not have to choose from players that did not get contracts already offered to them, if that makes sense. Can we go after a player because we know he's going to be great, he's going to be good, he's going to put some production on the Arizona Cardinals 2022 season? Can we go after the player that we want? I guess the answer is no, because we're sitting in day 3 right now, and for the most part, we signed most of our players of the 2021 season. Oh, that was mainly our additions. We cut Jordan Phillips, we structured some people's contracts, and we signed Jeff Gladney. All right. Okay. I don't think it's enough. I do not think it is close to being enough for the Arizona Cardinals to possibly. Well, we could still compete. I mean, we're also living in a division where we don't have Russell Wilson anymore, right? I mean, hey, that's a win, right? That's a win for the Arizona Cardinals. We're living in a world where we are a Russell Wilson-less NFC West now. Hey, that's a win. That's a win for us. Now, we don't really know what San Francisco 49ers have in Trey Lance. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get traded. I'm surprised he's still on that roster, but they got Trey Lance. We don't really know exactly what he has or what he can become. We'll see. And then we got Matthew Stafford. And then we got Matthew freaking Stafford. Which, if you don't remember, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that they signed Matthew Stafford, we went on a live stream and I was like, should we be worried? Everybody was like, no, we shouldn't be worried. And I was like, I think we should be worried. And now you're like, no, you're crazy, Mike. We shouldn't be worried. And what happened? Matthew Stafford wins a damn Super Bowl with Sean McVay. We need to get these pieces around Kyler. We need to. We're one wide receiver away from being a depleted wide receiving core, and that does not look good. We're one big injury away, and that's DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is the heart and soul of this offense. Well, let me take that back. I apologize. DeAndre Hopkins is the heart and soul of that wide receiving core. I also think James Conner is the heart and soul of that, that running back core, and obviously Kyler Murray in the quarterback. We got to figure something out. We got to make a move. I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised that we haven't been making any moves at all. We got to make something happen, ladies and gentlemen. We got to. Now, I know I asked everybody about Julio Jones. I think for the most part, I saw a lot of people's comments here, and I did. Most of the people said no. There were some people that said yeah. Don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I would love Allen Robinson. I'm just going to put that out in the universe right now. I would love Allen Robinson as a number 2. Let's keep it reading to the comments here. Let's see what you guys have to say. Dylan says, I don't want Green back after the Packers game. Well, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, man. Like somebody said on a comment before in one of my live streams that player disconnected, that meme that, talking about like the player 1 disconnected control, whatever, that meme that's out on AJ Green, that still haunts me too. We need to figure out, man. We need to figure out exactly what's happening here. Now, somebody's asking how much cap room we have. Let's go to over the cap. And let's see what they say. Now, keep in mind, this is just an estimate. I'm not sure if this is going to be including Jordan Phillips being released. I'll find out right now, though. 2022. Dead money. Looking at over the cap right now. The team's cap space is $6 million. Just say 6.5. It's a little over 6.5 million is what over the cap is saying. But we also got to remember that we have to pay our draft picks as well. So that's what over the cap is saying. Now, a lot of things could be happening, in the background that's not being told to, the public, which I would have thought the Arizona Cardinals would do. But we're sitting here, we're kind of waiting it out. We're trying to see who's available. And if 6.5 is truly all we have, that's not enough for Allen Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. That's not enough for the big time. That might not even be enough for Juju Smith-Schuster. No, I stand corrected. That is not the enough for Juju Smith-Schuster. Jordan P, what's up, brother? He says, cap space is a myth, bro. We can make the space if we want to. Yeah, I agree. But it's up to Michael Bidwell. Is Michael Bidwell willing to be aggressive like he told us he was going to be in this year's free agency class? Is he going to be aggressive? Because you're right. And when we say the cap space is a myth, we're not saying the cap space doesn't exist. We're saying that it could be manipulated in a way where if you truly want a player, you can get that said player if you do everything right. If you have a GM that knows exactly what to do with the contracts, if he talks to the wide receivers and say, we're going to front load this contract, we're going to backload this contract, we're going to give you it all in bonus. It can happen. Anything can happen. But it's just is Michael Bidwell willing to make that move? You know what I mean? It kind of stems and goes back to that. We said we were going to be aggressive. So far, has the Arizona Cardinals been aggressive? No, we have not, ladies and gentlemen. No, we have not been aggressive. And I can tell you that right now, straight and blatantly. I would have thought this would have been the day. I would have thought this right here would have been the day for the Arizona Cardinals for us to be maybe making a move. Chandler Jones, like I said a little earlier in the stream, he ended up signing to the Las Vegas Raiders, so he's no longer an option for the Arizona Cardinals. And we play him. Oh my goodness, we play the AFC West this year. Oh my goodness, watch out, Kyler Murray. Sheesh. And rumor and a report came out 12 minutes ago that Chris Godwin has reached a deal with. Chris Godwin reached a 3-year deal. Looks like the exact deal for Max. The Bucks retain Chris Godwin, and you're sitting here telling me that we have to abide to the cap space. They just have probably one of the best 1-2 wide receivers right now with Mike Williams and Chris Godwin. Like, anything is possible, ladies and gentlemen. He just signed a deal. He's staying with the Bucks. He heard Tom Brady's coming back. He's not going anywhere. They're trying to get another ring. Why can't the Arizona Cardinals do that? That's all we're asking for, man. Give me Juju. Give me Juju at this point. I'll take him. Give me Stephon Gilmore. I think a lot of fans will be happy and a lot of fans will shut up. Give us the opportunity, Steve Keim. Please get out of the bar. Put your negotiation hat on and let's start making some moves. We have somebody asking here, so are we technically in rebuild mode? I don't think so, man. I honestly don't think so. I don't think we're in rebuild mode, but if we start doing really bad, we might be in rebuild mode. Like if we're not getting these players, we'll be in rebuild mode. We have my guy Rafa saying, I prefer Gladney over Gilmore 100%. Oh, oh, okay, Rafa. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, brother. That's cool. I'm right there with you, man. First super chat of the night comes to my guy Drew. Nice seeing you again. Appreciate you for coming back on the stream, my guy. Nice talking to you yesterday, Drew. Appreciate the super chat. My guy says, don't forget, Mike, DeAndre Hopkins said last year that he would restructure to bring Julio in. DeAndre Hopkins restructured yesterday. Julio was released today. Just saying. You might be right. You might be right. You might be right. But can Julio stay healthy? That's my only thing. If Julio can stay healthy for a year, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's get the tandem going. Let's get this going. Rondo Moore in the slot. Zach Ertz in tight end. Max Williams be the blocking tight end. Let's go. We're all in, ready to go. James Conner's still going to be a beast. But can he stay healthy? That's what scares me more than anything. Can he stay healthy? I think a lot of people love the name Julio Jones. Everybody loves the name Julio Jones. I still think he can do it. I still think he can beat one-on-one coverage. I really do think so. But he can't stay healthy. That's my problem with him. But we'll see. Appreciate you, Drew. Thank you so much for the super chat. Moving on here to my guy, Alex Herrera in the house with a $5 donation. Appreciate that. He says, don't worry. Kai will get super drunk for St. Patrick's Day and then start making moves. I mean, you might be right. You might be right. Isn't St. Patrick's Day coming up? Like, isn't it like this Friday, right? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I love that. Hitting the bar early, right? Hitting the bar early Thursday. That's when the moves start coming along. Let's go. Hey, from your mouth to the football god's ears, man. To the football god's ears. I appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so very much. Let's keep on reading. Oh, Drew, I see you, Drew. He's like, I ain't saying it's a good move. I'm just saying it's a move. That's fair. That's fair. I love it. Yeah, that's true. It ain't a good move, but it is a Steve Klein move. I always like saying this, and I always kind of bring this into my mind. It's like, so you're telling me there's a chance. Always quoting Dumb and Dumber. Love that movie. Great stuff. Jim Carrey at his prime, man. I swear. Good stuff. So you're telling me there's a chance. Probably. Hey, we might. Got released today. DeAndre Hopkins restructured his deal. Let's go. Let's go. We got my guy King J Rock says, I am nervous for next season. All right. All right. $1 donation from Cam King. Appreciate you, Cam King. I don't see a comment in there, but I will be looking for your comment if you do have one right here, just to make sure that I do answer your question. Here we go. I see you, Cam King. I see you right there. My guy here, Cam King, says this. Where'd it go? He says, sign Antonio Brown. Leave a little crazy in the desert. Sign Antonio Brown. Leave a little crazy in the desert. What say you guys? What say you about this, ladies and gentlemen? Do we sign Antonio Brown at this point? Are we this desperate? Are we this desperate? Or actually, I don't even think it's a desperation move. I like Antonio Brown. I like what Antonio Brown does on the field. I still do think he's productive as all heck. I think he's actually very, very good still. Now, is he able to not try to sue Cliff Kingsbury because of, all this other situation that's been happening? I don't know. But I still do think he's a productive player. Now, are the Arizona Cardinals going to do it? Probably not. Probably not. But I do like the comment. Appreciate the super chat, man. We got my guy Jordan P coming up clutch with another $1.99 donation. He says, trade for Danielle Hunter. The Vikings trying to trade him. Danielle Hunter has been a player that we've been talking about. We've been talking about Danielle Hunter on this channel as well. And I think it was last year or the year prior that we wanted the Arizona Cardinals to possibly make a move for Danielle Hunter. And I do think he's still very productive. 27 years old. Let's take a look at his stats. 2021, 6 sacks. 2019, 14.5 sacks. 2018, 14.5 sacks. 2017, 7 stats. 2016, 12.5 sacks. 2015, 6 sacks. A total of 60.5 sacks in his 6 years in the NFL. Hey, I honestly like that idea. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I would like that idea. Sorry, there was a little thing kind of coming in my face. I don't mind that. We'll see. We're blessing. Please bless us. We're resorting to that at this point. The Cardinal fans are resorting for some blessings right now, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what happens for the Arizona Cardinals. We still got a lot of time. We just don't have a lot of key players that we would like to get left, but there's still some out there that the Arizona Cardinals can very well get. And it just kind of really depends. But let me give a big shout out to everybody that's on YouTube watching right now. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Appreciate the people that are on Twitter. We are now live on Twitter. We are now live on Facebook. So appreciate everybody for coming through. When we do open up phone lines, this is going to be the spot you need to be to at YouTube. And subscribe to the AC Sports Fan here on YouTube. I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Here we go. UCF Jaguar. My guy here coming up clutch here. I did make a quick appearance on my guy's channel. Thank you so very much. He says, thanks for hopping in the channel, bro. No, thank you so very much for having me. That does actually mean the world. Christian Kirk is now a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hopefully him and Trevor Lawrence can do some good things over there. I hope good things for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I really do. And I hope you feel the same thing about the Arizona Cardinals. Those are two teams right there that haven't had very much success, complete opposite sides of, the United States. And we're just trying to win, man. That's all we're trying to do. We've got to keep our heads down and just trying to win. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for the super chat. All right, let's keep on reading to the comments here. We got my guy, Ulysses, says sacks are kind of overrated statistic. What? In my opinion, I think quarterback pressures is the most important. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I think they're both very good stats just in general. Now, if you're gonna tell me that you sat here with let's just say for example you had 35 quarterback pressures and 7 sacks, yeah, 100%. But I think that the Arizona Cardinals was kind of that situation when we were taking a look at Chandler Jones's sacks and we were like, oh, he wasn't that productive. But he actually was very productive. Maybe not as productive as his previous years. Don't chop my head off here, ladies and gentlemen. But Chandler Jones, in my personal opinion, if I'm really going to go ahead and dive into this, I think Chandler Jones was playing for the Arizona Cardinals last year, but he was also looking out for his big payday. And it sucks to say, but I sometimes felt like Chandler Jones was there, but his 110% wasn't. He was giving us 70 to 80%. And that right there is actually pretty darn good. Let me tell you that right now. But I do think that he wanted to stay healthy for his next contract. One of the biggest devastating things that you can actually do as an athlete, especially the thing that happened to Earl Thomas, you know what I mean? Looking for the next payday in the next year, and you have a devastating blow. And you can't collect your payday, and you can't provide for your family. You can't do all this different stuff. So that's kind of how I feel about Chandler Jones. He is now a member of the Las Vegas Raiders. I apologize. And I think he's going to do good over there. I think he's going to do good. Do we still have J.J. Watt? My guy, Best Gamer asks. Yes, we still do have J.J. Watt. UCF says the struggle is real for us. 100%, man. It's 100% real for us. And, when I see good things happen for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I get happy. Almost the same thing like the Browns for me. I see the Browns going to the playoffs. I'm like, good for the Browns, And I would really hope everybody in the United States says the same thing for the Cardinals and the Jaguars. Good for the Cardinals, good for the Jaguars. That's just kind of how I always played it. I always go for the underdogs. Obviously, born and raised in Arizona, so I'm not new to it, man. But appreciate that. Keep taking to the comments. 77% for. Yeah, man. What's up, Casey? Appreciate you for coming here. We got my guy saying Julio to AZ. I don't know, man. We got a lot of people wanting it. We got a lot of people not wanting it, and we got some people that would want Julio Jones here. I'm not opposed to it. Would I make the move if I was the GM? I probably wouldn't. I would maybe more go after a younger number 2, Valdez Scantling, Juju Smith-Schuster. I would say DJ Chark, but he's gone. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. My guy Classy Nasty says Steve Keim isn't pushing, man. Yeah, brother. I mean, you're right? I mean, you're right. He isn't. We aren't pushing the envelope. We aren't aggressive. We aren't doing enough. Because, like I asked earlier in the stream, ladies and gentlemen, and I asked you point and blank, do you think that the Arizona Cardinals are better now than we were last year? And looking at the roster right now, nah, bro, we ain't. A lot of holes still. A lot of holes. What about OBJ? My guy Nelson's asking, what about OBJ? I honestly do think, like, if you're going to ask me as a football fan, I wouldn't mind OBJ. My only situation is I think that OBJ got a taste of New York. He got a taste of LA. And he does not want to leave those two places. I think he loves the big market. I think there's a lot of room and a lot of opportunity for a player like OBJ to make more money off of sponsorships, off of commercials, off of other things other than his regular contract that he's already getting paid for playing football. He loves to stay in those big markets. And the Arizona Cardinals is not a big market in terms of Phoenix. We just don't have that type of stuff. You know what I mean? You see Kyler Murray in a commercial trying to sell sofas. Like, what the heck? I'm just kidding. Kyler Murray isn't trying to sell sofas, but he isn't in those. He isn't on those prime commercials. You know, he isn't on those shoe commercials. He isn't on that stuff. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Kyler Murray isn't selling sofas. I'm just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. Would I like OBJ? Yes, I would. All right, let's keep taking to the comments here. He's going to be yeah, exactly. I think he's going to stay in the Rams. He loves the big markets. Lennon says, what about Davonte Adams? I somehow still do feel like the Green Bay Packers released Zadarius Smith. They released a lot of players to make sure that Davonte Adams isn't going away. Because imagine a world where Aaron Rodgers doesn't have Davonte Adams. How pissed off Aaron Rodgers is going to be. You know what I mean? So I think they're going to find a way. He's not going to play on that. He's not going to play on that franchise tag. Let me tell you that right now, though. He's not going to be playing on that franchise tag. He saw Christian Kirk's contract with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's like, no, bro, I want to get something like that. Franchise tag what? No way. Marco says, so Chandler Jones is out. This means we're going to pursue a edge rusher, right? The ones left are meh. Well, hey, great question, Marco. Great question. Well, here's the situation, my guy. We have more holes than just edge. And edge is a big one now that we have. We have Marcus Golden, which really makes me excited. Obviously, junkyard dog. But now edge is a big need now. Wide receiver number 2 is a big need now. The whole right side of that offensive line is a big need. Cornerback, number 1 cornerback is a big need. We got a lot of holes. And I think a lot of people are really yet to really think about our roster and saying, dang, can we really go again 11? You know, can we really do 11 more wins? Well, we'll see. The AFC West is tough. The NFC West is tough. It's going to be a very, very tough schedule for the Arizona Cardinals coming through. I don't know why people are sleeping on James Washington. I know he's 5'11", but dude can run routes. I agree. I do like James Washington for sure. I wouldn't mind him at all. But to me, personally, I don't know. I just want a big wide receiver. Like, give me a big wide receiver. Give me a 6'2", 6'3" wide receiver. That's what I would want the Arizona Cardinals to do. That's what I would love the Arizona Cardinals to do. Now, we're going to be either really happy this coming year, or we're going to be very, very sad because the AFC West is coming for us. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, whether you love him or not, and Justin Herbert is coming for us. And then Trey Lance, and then, you know, whoever is in the Seattle Seahawks and all that other stuff. It's going to be tough, y'all. It's going to be very, very tough. But we're going to try to kind of maneuver through and see exactly what happens here. Now, if you guys weren't aware, we do have another channel. Let me give a quick plug here since we got 108 people. We do have a new channel called the NFC West Network. If you guys are interested in anything that happens in the NFC West, if you're interested to see Us laughing about, Russell Wilson getting traded, laughing about what they're going to do about Jimmy Garoppolo, or the Rams just dominating what we've seen to be so far, the NFC West. We do have a new network called the NFC West Network. It's a brand new, spanking new channel that's been released probably about a month ago now. Content's already flowing through at least once a week, coming through your way. If you want to subscribe, it is going to be in the description below of this video. Definitely subscribe, show some love, and talk Arizona Cardinals over there, but we talk it more in a set of the NFC West, and that is going to be the new home of the NFC West Roundtable. If you like that content, that's where we're going to be streaming from here on out, the NFC West Roundtable. So that's a quick plug. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's continue here to talk about Arizona Cardinals and how you guys are feeling so far about what has been transpiring so far. Now, I would love to do this because right now I am looking on the Twitter poll just to make sure that the Arizona Cardinals have not done something that made me super excited. And looking at here, there's been no news about the Arizona Cardinals. So I would love to do this. If I can somehow get some channel members up here to create a mini roundtable, possibly maybe 2-3 people in here so we can kind of talk some Arizona Cardinals. I would love nothing more than to bring you and invite you on to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. I would love to get about 2 or 3, nothing too crazy, just create a small little, round table to talk to see how you guys are feeling. I love to get everybody's other opinions on this whole situation. That's what I would love to do right now. Channel members, if you're in the chat right now, let me know in the comments below. It's nothing going to be too crazy, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, something along those lines, but I want to hear your guys' opinion. I would love to hear who you want to pick up. I would love to hear if you guys like what the Arizona Cardinals has done so far. I would like to hear, do you think Steve Keim is drunk? Is he drinking? What is going on right now at the Arizona Cardinals? Let me know in the comments below, channel members, if you are here. I'm going to put a link on the chat here. So if you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're channel members of the Arizona or the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, make your way onto YouTube here, because I am going to be posting a link on this chat of YouTube's chat, and I'm going to be inviting some channel members to come on here. And if you're asking what the heck's a channel member, what are you talking about? What's this channel member? I subscribe to you. What are you talking about? So channel members are different. Another quick little plug. Channel members pretty much donate either $3.99. Or there's different little packages. You get different perks going along with, just kind of supporting the channel. So that's who I'm inviting here. So come on through. The link is pinned at the chat below here, ladies and gentlemen. Come on through. If we can't get 2 or 3 people, no worries. Come on through. Channel members, let's go. Let's talk some Arizona Cardinals, and let's see how you're feeling, what's going on, and can we buy a free agent at this very moment, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I did put a poll. I put a poll up, and I want to let you guys know what the poll standing so far is. The question to you guys is, how is the free agency going so far, in your opinion? I have 169 votes right now, also on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook viewers, also on YouTube. And we have an astonishing amount of votes, 169 votes. We have 78 people, 78% say we suck. 22% says the Cardinals are doing amazing. Wow. Just wow. Absolutely bonkers insane. That is teeter-totter. That's crazy. 77% say we suck. 23% says the Cardinals are doing amazing. If you think the Cardinals are doing amazing, keep voting. Make sure that goes a little higher because that looks pretty bad right now. All right, we got some people coming in here right now. We got my guy Jordan P in the background. Where are my other channel members coming up here? I thought I saw my guy up in the chat here a little earlier. But let's start off with my guy Jordan P here. Let's see what he has to say. Let me just make sure my background's good to go, and then we will get started on this mini roundtable. Jordan P, what's up, brother, man? Long time no talk. What's up, man? How you feeling?
I mean, it's another day with. This was the Keim plan all along, to be honest. His plan was to not sign all our players before when we could have. It was to wait until now to make it seem like we're making moves. So fans won't get upset. It's like, oh, look, we brought this guy back. We brought that guy back. Meanwhile, we could have did this a long time ago. But it seems like he just wanted to do this now because so it looks like we're doing something.
Right.
When we could have been did this already.
Yeah.
But when people are talking about the cap and stuff like that, I just think it's Steve Keim just likes to make excuses, and a lot of people like to say make excuses. Oh, look at the cap, look at the cap. Look at the Bills. What did they pay Josh Allen? They just went and got Von Miller and paid him $20 million a year. How? They have a quarterback that's on a crazy deal right now. How are they getting Von? They just signed like 5 free agents. Like, how are they doing that? We have a quarterback on a rookie contract. Who are we paying right now? J.J. Watt, DJ Humphries, Buda Baker, and D-Hop. I mean, who else is a big guy? Rodney Hudson's a mid-tier guy. He's not getting paid that much. Who else is there that's getting paid a lot? So, like, where's our money going?
Yeah. You're right. I mean, it's crazy to me that we are kind of in that situation, right? We could have done this earlier. And that's something that a lot of fans have been talking about. Like, why wait till the very first day of free agency? Like, we could have signed this up a bit ago. It's just we want people to know that we're making moves. Quote.
The cap is like, you could go look on Spot Track, over the cap, whatever. It could say whatever it wants. I don't care because we could go extend Kyler right now. We could restructure DJ and extend his contract. We could restructure other people's contracts. We can open up $30 million. And because I think a lot of people get confused is that let's say we have $30 million in cap space, right? And we go sign Stephon Gilmore for $20 million a year. That's not taking $20 million from the 30. We can maneuver that cap into future years, and he can only get a $10 million cap hit this year. So it wouldn't be 20, it would be 10. So, you can maneuver the cap. So it's not like, say we have 6 right now, and we go sign someone, and, let's say their deal is $10 million, and we maneuver the cap to where they only take a $4 million. So it fits under. You have to know how to maneuver. And it feels like Keim just doesn't want to do that. Because right now, to me, it's Stephon Gilmore or bust. Because at the end of the day, we need a cornerback 1. Who else is left on the market? Stephon Gilmore, and there's no other cornerback 1. So you're not getting one in the draft to start day 1. Like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, what do you think about Gladney, man? I know, like, he played for I saw some people in the chat saying that they would rather have him over Stephon Gilmore. What's your thoughts about that, man?
Ooh, no, absolutely not. Over Gilmore, absolutely not. But I like the pickup because, I mean, it's basically stealing a first rounder from like a couple of years ago. Yeah. Because, I mean, it sucks what happened, but, we basically got a first round corner. Everybody's been wanting a first round corner for like the past 2 years. So you'll see we got one. But, I don't know really much. I know he wasn't that good as a rookie, but I mean, he's a rookie. Corner is a hard position to play. So I'm not going to really hold that against him. But, I mean, it's good depth. He's going to fight with Marco probably to be cornerback 3 possibly. But I just don't understand why we're not addressing cornerback 1. Why are we addressing cornerback 3 before cornerback 1, which is more important? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's the whole situation. And I'm honestly concerned about the right side of the line, man. Like, what are we doing with
man.
the line, bro?
I have a plan for this, man.
What's up?
Lyle Collins from the Cowboys is on the trading block right now. This guy is a starting right tackle. He's only like 28, I believe, and he's only making $10 million for like the next couple of years. And he's graded out elite almost every year. I think he's had some little issues or whatever, but like he's still a great tackle. He's only making $10 million. He's not old. Like we could go trade for him. We could. I mean, guards are practically gone now.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you can draft a guard. Like guards is not wide receiver and guard. That's what I always want to draft because they translate easily. Like you see all these wide receivers and old linemen, they come out, mostly guards though. They come out and it's like, oh, look, they hit on this guard. They hit on that guard. These guards are performing well. Or wide receivers, you see Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, all these guys come out of college. They're already ready. So I feel like signing Allen Robinson, for example, is just not it won't happen because he's going to – look what Kirk got, and he's better than Kirk. So you think he's going to take less than Kirk?
That's true, yeah.
So I feel like the free agent Kirk screwed the wide receiver free agency market because once he did that, everybody's like, that guy got that? He didn't even have 1,000 yards in a season.
Yeah.
So I feel like wide receiver, we could get that in the draft. And this draft is loaded with wide receivers. So I'm not worried about wide receivers that much or guard at this point because all the guards are gone in free agency. But cornerback, D-line, right side of the line, like you said, like these things need to be addressed through free agency. And it just seems like He may make a move. I hope he does, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't seem like he will.
Yeah, it's definitely concerning here. Now I'm not sure a person is trolling on the comments here, but he says we need to sit back and rebuild. Like how much? What do we rebuild? Like we can't. What?
I mean, rebuild, man. I mean, we're right there. That's the thing I don't understand. We're right there. We can go get Gilmore. We can go get Calais Campbell. We can go trade for Daniel Hunter if we wanted to. Like, we can do these things if Kime sits down and does his job.
Yeah.
Go maneuver the cap. Go make cap space. Do your job. Don't just sit there and re-sign guys that should have been re-signed already and act like you just did some grand job. Like
right.
Michael Bidwell clearly loves this because he just extended the dude. So I mean, it feels like they're just being complacent with what they're at, and Kime is just gonna make excuses that teams are not built through free agency and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, you can't draft, bro. So how else are we gonna get players here?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I got a question here. So why did we re-sign Devon Canard? No, he got
he took a huge pay cut. I think his cap hit is like 1.5 million this year. It's not much.
Yeah, it's crazy. And on Jordan Phillips, bro, how do you feel about that?
You know, I'm not as harsh on Jordan Phillips as everybody else because he was not a terrible player when he played. That's the issue. When he played. I'm upset about the dude because we just gave him money for practically nothing because he barely played. But when he played, he was actually a good player for us. He was like one of our best run defenders, but he was just never on the field. He was always injured, so it was just a waste of a deal. And the funny thing is, he will go pay that guy, Jordan Phillips, who didn't really prove anything to get that money. Right. But he won't go sit right now and go give proven guys deals. He'll try to shortchange Reddick. He didn't want to give Reddick $15 million. Like, I don't know. You look at the GMs, the Chargers GM, this guy's making moves. The Bills GM, this guy's making moves. And we're just sitting here like, Kyler, we're going to give you DeAndre Hopkins and no one else. And we want you to prove that we're going to pay you with this terrible wide receiver core and terrible O-line. How do you want him to prove that he's worth your franchise money if you're not giving him franchise weapons?
Yeah, no, that's true. And what do you think of this? So what do you honestly feel? Like, let's say, for example, the Arizona Cardinals call the bluff of Kyler Murray. We all heard the reports. He wants to get paid before the draft. Let's just say, for example, we think we're, better than everybody else, and that's what it seems, and we don't pay him. Do you think he'll hold out, man?
That's tough.
That would be concerning.
I mean, my thing is that if he wouldn't hold out, why would he go that far?
Exactly.
And that's the issue. Because why would he go all that far? And I mean, his agent looks that was a terrible message to send. Why would you sit there and just brag about your stats and say like the Cardinals weren't? I mean, you're right, but like saying the Cardinals basically weren't crap before me, and I have all these numbers and blah blah blah. And maybe he wasn't the one who wrote it, but he allowed it to get out.
Oh yeah,
his agent, and that was just a terrible message to send, to be honest. Yep. And so if you're willing to go that far, then I feel like he may be willing to hold out. And I know for a fact, I just know he doesn't like Steve Keim. Like I've seen him like I in one of his like Twitch streams or whatever, he was talking about because Keim said something about like Kyler wanted Rondale Moore. He was like, no, I didn't. I never said that. And like he was basically like, I don't know, man. It's just there's something there that I know he doesn't like the guy.
I know the disconnect is something there, man. Something's off about everything in the Cardinals do. It's weird, man. It's
like with Patrick Peterson. Why did Keim not man-to-man, face-to-face? This guy was our cornerstone defensive player for years. You called him on the phone to tell him that you're not signing him back. Like you couldn't be man enough to go to him and tell him.
Yeah.
Or Chandler, like I don't even know did he even tell Chandler anything? Probably not.
Probably not. Honestly, probably not.
And so and I wanted to resign Chandler just because I think he's still a great pass rusher. Even if you want to say he's not, he still is. And he's the Cardinals' leading sacker. Like he's still going to be good for maybe 1 to 2 more years. Yeah. But just letting him go and not filling the position. Who are we going to fill that position with now?
Yeah, exactly. I know. Well, we got Marcus Golden, which we all love. There's no bad ill about Marcus. Everybody loves Marcus. But Dennis Gardick? I mean, he had a good season, but like that's kind of the step, and he's a special teams guy, and that's what we like about him. And we love that underdog story, but can he do it again? And we haven't seen it,
Exactly. And can he be a I mean, at this point, he's not a number one elite edge rusher. Like, we know that. He's a great opposite, another great edge rusher. And my whole issue with the whole Watt thing now is you brought Watt here because you had Chandler Jones. You don't bring Watt somewhere to be your number one pass rusher because you know he's probably going to get injured at some point.
Right.
Right? So you brought him here to team him up with Chandler. Now we let Chandler go and didn't bring in another elite pass rusher to come in to replace Chandler. And Keim, it may get saved because the Vikings are willing to trade Danielle Hunter, who is an elite pass rusher. And the issue with him is they're strapped for cap, and his cap hit is $27 million this year. Ooh. But we can easily trade for him, maybe a second round pick, because his value is not going to be too high because the cap hit. Like, they want to trade that contract away. But we can easily extend him and make, take some of that cap hit and maneuver it to other years. Or we could trade a first for him and tell them, hey, you got to take half of this cap hit or a third of it. So there's ways you could do this. And I feel like, Keim is just not. I mean, I feel like he's just getting a paycheck at this point to do practically nothing.
Yeah. To give us 5, 8, 11 wins. That's what it is. It's crazy, man. I don't know. Obviously, we all want to be optimistic, right, man? We love the Cardinals. We want them to succeed. Just
what do you want to do in the draft? Because I know I said I want to do wide receiver. O-line. What do you want to do in the draft?
Me personally, like I wanted to find out how this was gonna feel out. Like I was waiting for
free agency goes first, and then you kind of that.
I was gonna go based off of that and say, okay, cool. They filled this. They filled it. We haven't filled a darn thing. It's like so far, it's still kind of there. Right now, if this stays like the way that it is, me personally, I know it's not flashy. I understand it. If we have it really depends. Like, if there's a good offensive lineman, primarily guard, a defensive lineman that's like a freaking beast, a top wide receiver that I love, I would go Eddie Which that route and corner. I know you're not a fan of it, but at this very moment, I'm going to take a freaking swing because I need somebody to pick a darn cornerback in the first round to see if they can kind of pan out for the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, we just need it, man. That's what I would do. Those are the 4 top positions that I would do. And like I said, I didn't want to get my list out until I see what happened in free agency. But we're not doing a damn thing. I think you might be on mute. You on mute? Oh, I think something might have happened. Maybe come out and come back in because it's something something fell. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I know, we're all kind of sitting here, we're waiting. We're all refreshing the Twitter universe right now, and we're trying to see, hey, maybe Ian Rappaport will come up with something. Maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll do that, and we just haven't gotten anything quite yet. Jordan P, you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Perfect.
I was saying at this point, it's just write down all our needs and just close your eyes and pick one because all of them are holes. And there's people that say, "Oh, the O-line's fine. The O-line's fine. Just do this." The O-line is not fine. Mm-hmm. Like, it's time. Like, do we not think it's time to get our franchise quarterback an offensive line?
Oh yeah.
Like, do we not think it's time? Like, you saw the way we played against LA and other teams. When Hudson went down, that offensive line was in shambles. They couldn't block anyone. And in the LA, they couldn't block anyone. And people are like, look, he got Kelvin Beachum. Okay, Kelvin Beachum is average as you can get. Like, we need an upgrade. We don't need average O-lineman anymore. That's what we do forever. Since Keim has been here, all we've done is get average O-lineman. Who's the best O-lineman we've gotten? Rodney Hudson, who we just got. Yeah. Because DJ Humphries had one good year. Wow. And he's done absolutely trash beyond that. So, all he does is get these Band-Aid O-linemen at the position you need the best players. Like, offensive lineman and cornerback, those are the 2 key positions that you need to have, studs at. Because if you don't have a corner that could guard a wide receiver, you're getting toasted. If you don't have an offensive lineman that can block, your quarterback can't do anything.
Yeah.
And Keim loves to put these Band-Aids on the offensive lineman and corner. Like the guy said the other show, Patrick Peterson, how long did it take for us to get a cornerback too?
Facts.
We never got one because Antonio Cromartie, it was like 1 year we had him. He never thought, let me go get another corner because we have one that's great. Maybe we need another one. No, he didn't think that. He just thought we have Peterson, so we don't need another one.
I'm surprised that we got Max Williams back because we got Ertz. Legit, I'm very surprised that we got Max Williams back because I thought Ertz was going to be like, oh, we got Ertz. We're good now. like kind of the same thing that you were saying. I'm glad we got them both back because hey, maybe we can kind of mix it up. Maybe Cliff can really hone in and find his adjustments in the second
And
half.
Zach Ertz, that was to me that was. I mean, I know he's a player we had, but just in a vacuum, like that was a great deal because Evan Engram got paid the same amount as Zach Ertz.
Oh yeah,
That's ridiculous. Evan Engram is terrible. So
I like Ertz, man. I'm glad he came back. I know a lot of people are having issues with it, but who else? Like, right? Look at the white tight ends. Like, that's a big need for us, and why not get Zach Ertz? And that's exactly what we did. So yeah, we got to give kudos to that for sure.
what do you think about getting Connor over, letting Chase go?
Oh yeah, I don't think that was even a question for me. Connor was always my number one to get. Like, if I was gonna pick three people, it would have been Connor, Ertz, and there was somebody else. I'm blanking right now. It wasn't Chandler, that's for damn sure. Just because we couldn't afford him. It's nothing to do with Chandler. I like Chandler. But those are, I guess, now that I can think about just those two people. But I know there was another one. I'm blanking for some reason. But yeah, Chase, man, good for him. Like I said, most of the people that came from the Cardinals, all I can say is good for you. Like, you collected the money. Good for you. I want to see what Eno does, dude. I'm excited to see what Eno Benjamin does. I'm a big fan of ASU. I've seen what he does do here, and I think he can be very, very good here. But he just needs the opportunity, and it was kind of a crowded running back core with Jonathan Ward coming into his own, getting that free cash on that special teams play, and he did really good. Unfortunately, he got hurt, but I'm excited to see what Eno can do. But tell me why I honestly do feel like the Arizona Cardinals are going to draft another running back and put him in front of Eno. I think it happened again. Yeah, I think it happened again. Yeah, I honestly do feel like it. I love Eno Benjamin. I want to see what he can do, but I do feel like the Cardinals are going to drop in. And I'm not. I won't be mad. I mean, cool. Let's bring some more talent in, but we'll see exactly what happens when that happens. But I'm not going to say anything. It's super early though. Like, I'm talking about like 5th round. And something that we haven't mentioned on the show already. The Arizona Cardinals are like what? They got like 3 I can't say the word. Compensatory picks. I can't say the word. Don't judge me. But yeah, they're like super late round picks, and I'm like, it's not that. It is what it is. Super chat of the night. Appreciate you. U58 agreed. Time for O-line. Zion Johnson and Kenyon Green. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens here. Jordan P, what's up, brother?
Oh yeah. So I was saying that, I feel I'm gonna miss Chase, because he was ascending with us. We drafted him. He was not a hometown guy, but we drafted him, so he was like, he came up with us, and to see him go to Miami, it's nice he got a payday, but I feel like he was gonna leave because you know about the whole trio. It was Christian Kirk, Trent Sherfield, and Chase Edmonds.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like once Kirk left, like it was over. Like Chase was gonna go because Trent left. And then Kirk left, and then Chase. Like, they all just felt like dominoes. Like, that was their little core group that they had of the team.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was sad to see. I mean, like, they're all gone now.
Yeah.
But, and we haven't really done anything to replace anybody that has really left. I mean, Chase, we got Connor, but Chandler, we haven't replaced him. In corner, we haven't replaced Patrick Peterson since, we haven't got a CB1 since I don't know when.
Yeah, it's been a while. Let me ask you this before I let you go. Julio Jones. The chat's going crazy. I feel like every 5 minutes somebody's saying Julio. That was Julio. What do you think about Julio Jones, man? I gave you my opinion. What do you think?
I think Julio's okay. It's tough to say because last year he was hurt.
Yeah.
And the year like before that he was hurt too. So it's like, is he still? It's kind of like Saquon to me. Is he? Because Saquon didn't look that great last year because he was hurt, and he's been hurt a lot. So it's like, was he only bad? Did he not look that good because he was still hurt, or like is he just not that good anymore?
Right.
So you have to be able to discern whether or not if he's still good or he's just not good anymore. And I mean, to be honest, it really depends on what he would want to come here for, because if he's wanting $10 million, absolutely not. Like you haven't been staying healthy. You were not productive at all in Tennessee, so It really depends on what he's asking for and what he's willing to come here for. Yeah. So I mean, I'd be down if it's not that expensive, but yeah. I'm all for wide receiver in the draft. Like that's what I want. 23. Go get me Jameson Williams. That's what I want.
Jameson Williams. Yeah.
Jameson Williams, dude. He's over 6 feet. Dude is a burner. imagine Kyler throwing bombs him all day, like, and he's not the number one. D-Hop's pulling coverage. So, them two working together, I think, with Rondell Moore in the slot, of course, and Ertz, like, at that point, the offense would be going crazy.
Yeah, man. I agree, brother. I'm going to be opening up another roundtable here pretty soon. Well, we get everybody because I don't think there's a lot of channel members here in the chat here. So we'll talk to all the Cardinal fans to kind of get to, a kumbaya moment, because I think we all kind of need it. There's a lot of people kind of minding your boat where we're like, okay, cool. 1 and 2 days, but this is third day. What the heck is going on? Moving everything, throwing it around. We haven't addressed a darn thing. So I'm right there, brother. I feel you, man. I would love the Arizona Cardinals to address something, but St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow. I was told in the chat. He might get drunk and make something really, really silly happen.
Someone might be seeing him. You might hear him on the police scanner, or a big dude drunk in a bar somewhere. It might be him. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's what we need. That's what we need, him to do that. And
you just need a little tequila.
Moves. Just drunk calling GM saying, hey, would you trade this guy? Would you? And maybe it'll work. I don't know.
Right. What do you want for Andy Isabella? It's on your team. All right, brother. Well, appreciate you, man, as always, man. Have a great rest of your day, brother. All right, man. Well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna follow free agency this whole week. So obviously tomorrow, Friday, and probably, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we're gonna get to a moment where we have some things to talk about in terms of positions and stuff like that. So everybody in the background, I appreciate you guys for coming through. Thank you so very much. I'm gonna end the stream right here. But we will be continuing throughout the rest of the week. And I'm going to be opening up the phone lines. I just have my guy Jordan P on here right now because he's a channel member. And, this guy has been rocking with the AZ Sportsman for quite some time. So I had to get his opinion up in here. So we will be opening up the phone lines maybe tomorrow. So come back. I promise you, I'll get you guys on here. I'll get your guys' opinion coming through. I want to set up a round table where we have multiple Cardinal fans coming up in here. We can start talking about together. And it's not just one-on-one. It's I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. It's like the Brady Bunch. It's going to be pretty fun. So let me know if you guys are down. Obviously, I'll post it in the community post. Come at me and let me know on the DMs on Instagram, Twitter. Everything is pinned on the description below. My new channel, the NFC West Network, is all there. Subscribe, follow, all that different stuff. I'll keep you guys updated when everything comes up. Promise you. Appreciate everybody for coming through. I hope Steve Kime could hit the bar today because we need to make some moves, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, drink responsibly. Stay safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, go Cards.